So in other words, I'm asking forgiveness of you, and you in turn ask for me. That creates that round. See? It wouldn't do if I was to ask her for forgiveness and she didn't of me, because it still leaves that unfinished link.
Today I want to share with you what is absentee cleaning, what is an unfinished link, and why is it so necessary that we resolve it? How can we benefit from it? First, let me clarify this. To perform a ho'oponopono is not speaking a phrase alone. Ho'oponopono is a process, and it involved many moving parts: introspection, problem solving, a moment of silence, prayers that were specifically tailored, problem at hand, confession, repentance, forgiveness that was mutual between the parties. What Hawaiians and Polynesians as a whole were taught, perhaps from birth, is that I am you and you are me. Einstein famously called quantum entanglement spooky action at a distance because it defied everything we thought we knew about reality. So if you imagine two particles separated by vast distances, yet instantaneously affecting each other, what happens to one happens to the other, no matter how far apart they are. Sounds familiar? Because healing isn't limited to the self or direct interactions. Its purpose is to extend beyond space and time when it comes to Ho'oponopono and exchange and appeal with the divine creator and the assistance of our angelic helpers, the Hawaiians call the Amakuas. Today I want to guide you from my ancestors' teaching to go beyond the self-help four phrases to transform, purify, release karmic blocks and entanglements, those unwanted energies Morna was speaking of, in the way Ho'oponopono was originally intended for you in the age of the eye that we are entering right now, the age of the Aquarius, which is known as the water carrier. And in ancient times, water represented the soul. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Since I began doing Ho'oponopono, something major has changed within me, within my spirit. It's something that I can feel, that I know. You become more clear as to what you are, who you are, what you need to do. And many of those entanglements start to slowly rise to the surface. This is where the absentee part comes in. So as your supercomputer is making room, you're deleting those unnecessary files, the programming, the thoughts that created entanglements. Because of karma, you may receive a new opportunity to clean for that problem that's been there for 20 years. The same problem, but it's just been transferred, let's say, to a new person that you meet, because it's still needing to be corrected. So it's going to keep getting queued up. And what happens is, as people get older, especially halfway mark, like 40 plus, those opportunities may speed up. What do those opportunities look like? You may have just met someone and suddenly within a 1-minute conversation, they've told you they have an illness, their son just got into an accident, etc., etc. It literally, you will have opportunities to do good. And why are they telling you all this? Because they know their spirit is communicating with your spirit. Once you start practicing this sacred Hawaiian gift, it becomes a part of your soul's imprint. You may have already been doing this in other lifetimes, and many of you are have been previously Hawaiians, Samoans, Polynesians in other lifetimes. So again, there's other practices that are very similar. That's why a lot of us are attracted to it and want to do these things. I have done other practices as well, but nothing made significant changes to my spirit and my physicality like Ho'oponopono. So the first round, you will be cleaning, beginning with yourself. I, Kalina Rosemary, my family, relatives, and ancestors wish to do a Ho'oponopono between myself and Jane Doe, her family, relatives, and ancestors. So you're going to go through the whole prayer where you said your name first till the end. Then I'm going to begin as if I am her. And when I cue her up and I am envisioning that I'm her, holding hands with myself, who is on the other side, and this sounds very complex, but just stay with me. It is as if I'm her. So I'm holding hands and I'm imagining this cord becoming dissolved. But most importantly, that I truly forgive her, that I am honestly feeling those emotions of hurt, of pain, whatever it was that I caused. And I'm very sorry for. Like, this is the whole significance of making sure that you're ready to do this, because you really have to let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to, whatever emotions that are holding these ties together. Now, if you're cleaning an absentee, I recommend use of the original 12 steps, form 6A, the long form. After you've completed part 1, you go on to part 2, and it says, yes, we forgive you. So this forgiveness is being extended between the two of you. And if there's a third person, let's say you're cleaning for a couple that you offended, then again, yes, we forgive you. It is as if the father is speaking to the child,
When you're creating
or children
this,
rather.
doing it for yourself, cleansing divine creative Father, Mother, Son as one. If I, Morna Simeona, has offended you, now you're talking about the divine creator, in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions, from the beginning of my creation to the present, humbly, 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 I ask forgiveness on behalf, we ask forgiveness, and go all the way through to the end. Now, instead of saying, will you forgive us, all I say, forgive us, instead of will you, and then finish with the other.
The most important takeaway is after you've cleaned for yourself, cleaned for your family, and you are clear, cleaning for those you encounter in your community, in the news, random stories, people that, somebody on social media. I mean, there's just so much going on right now. But this time that we are living in is said to be harmony through chaos. Ho'oponopono is about creating harmony. And the time is now. Ho'oponopono is a blessing and the answer for the age of the eye.